What is up? We're going to be diving into the crazy world of pinnipeds, specifically sea lions and seals. These marine mammals may appear super similar at first glance, but they actually belong to two different families with unique characteristics. So sit back, stay a little while we look into the differences between seals and sea lions. While studying marine biology, I have learned how to simplify this information to be able to tell you about these topics in a super easy to understand way without the big scientific words, just the way I would want to hear about it. And in this short video, I'm going to share with you the 4 distinct differences between seals and sea lions. So let's jump right into it. Starting off with their anatomy and physical appearance, the easiest way to tell them apart is by looking at their ears and their feet. I'm serious, this is something that you can tell right off the bat just from looking at them, because one of the most noticeable differences between these two is their physical appearance. Seals usually have shorter, more streamlined bodies with smaller, stubbier flippers that usually have a little bit of fur on them. Because of their stubby flippers, they're usually seen not really being able to walk on the ice, but more of a scoot along the ice. And once you're done looking at their fins, definitely look up at their ears because seals, they don't have any type of ear flaps. But sea lions have a longer and bigger body and longer and larger fins, allowing them to have more of a walk when they get on land. And their flippers are bald, usually not having any fur. And then when you move your attention up to the ears, unlike the seals, they have very clear external ear flaps. So next time you're walking along the shore and you see something off in the distance and you're wondering what it is, look at the ears and feet. Unless it's a human. That might be a little weird. And then next up is their swimming styles. So obviously we know that both would be amazing swimmers, well adapted for life underwater. But maybe a little harder to notice than their ears since you have to be underwater to see, they definitely have different swimming techniques. Because of their more streamlined body, seals are more agile swimmers, being able to move themselves through the water using their strong back flippers. But sea lions, on the other hand, rely on their strong front flippers to get themselves through the water with greater speed. And then a really big difference between these two is their social behavior and communication. I mean, I really don't expect you to be in the middle of one of their big social events or gatherings. But another way to tell the difference is seals and sea lions have very different social behaviors and communication styles. I mean, seals seem to be more solitary and lonely animals, liking their alone time, staying quiet, and usually only coming together primarily for breeding. But sea lions are very social animals, loud barkers, forming large colonies, and engaging in complex vocal and physical displays of communication with one another. So the main takeaway that is actually pretty relatable would be seals are introverts and sea lions are extroverts. Which one would you be? And the final difference between seals and sea lions in this video is habitat and distribution. This is a big and pretty easy one to spot because it basically just depends on where you're at, because sea lions and seals, they like different marine environments. So this influences their distribution and habitat preferences, which basically just means where they like to live. Seals definitely like the cold more than sea lions because they're usually found in the colder polar regions where they can hang out in the icy waters and rocky coastlines. But some would say that sea lions are the smart ones because they like to hang out in the warmer or even tropical waters, often hanging out on the sandy beaches or rocky shores instead of the icy ones. But there are definitely some locations where you'll run into both, like along the west coast of the US where they both seem to enjoy this weather. And then of course, unfortunately, we can't talk about a marine mammal without their conservation and the threats they face. Even though they're very adaptable animals, seals and sea lions both face many threats in the rapidly changing world caused by human impacts. Habitat destruction, pollution, overfishing, and other human disturbances all threaten sea lion and seal survival. But fortunately, there are some conservation efforts taking place like sustainable fishing practices, habitat protection, and responsible tourism. These help the animals bounce back or even thrive. A perfect example can be seen with the sea lions along the west coast of the US, where they have made a remarkable recovery. These conservation efforts are crucial for the long-term survival of these lovable and cute animals that we can't afford to lose. Because just like other marine mammals that are facing similar threats, they are very important for the health of our oceans. So there you have it. Now you'll be able to tell the difference between a seal and sea lion, whether you're looking at it from a distance or you find yourself in the middle of a party. While they do share a lot of similarities as members of the pinniped family, they also have distinct differences in behavior, anatomy, and habitat. By understanding these differences, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the diversity of life within the oceans. So show some love, like the video, share it, push that subscribe button, and join us next time as we continue the exploration of this crazy and diverse underwater world. And as always, if you want to learn more about marine and freshwater life, habitat, sustainability, and visit some pretty cool places along the way, check out our other videos. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all of the support, and together, we always consider blue.